So welcome back. The game froze on me going into the draft. Did it really save my... I don't know, I got this in the draft. I don't think they have a third pick. So we got three players who are maximum trade value. Ryan McDonough is falling off. Isaac went up. So did Forbert. And so did Bouchard. Looking to come back. Hopefully top 6 minimum. Top 4 defensemen. First and second picks only. And future first and seconds only. And we are at the NHL entry draft, where we have the 15th pick overall. I'm not even going to bother trying to move up. Columbus is offering us a second in this year's draft, a second in next year's draft for Isaac, and their Colorado Avalanche's 4th round pick, the 100th pick overall. They want Colorado's 100th pick, so we will accept that deal. And forward for a future second round pick, I'm going to edit this trade. I'm going to see if I can get a second rounder this year instead of next year. And to help expedite that, I will toss in a 4th round pick this year as well. So 2 of my defensemen have been moved out. I am about to make my first pick in the entry draft. Haven't been any decent. Or a couple 78s, a 79 overall, went first overall. I'm not getting a steal like I did last 2 drafts ago. Projected top 9 forward. He's a sniper. Projected second round. Let's take him. Oh, we're way loaded up on the forward positions right now. So I'm going to move up some of these forward prospects for some defensive prospects. So far, best player we've drafted has been in the 7th round. Assume to user pick. So they pick up LaPont, Davies, Henrique, McKellen, Shattenkirk, and Reich. Our 2 defensemen were selected in the 7th round. Shattenkirk will definitely be the one guy I do sign out of this draft class. Seem to resign phase. Yeah. Let's go to contracts. $13 million to play with. For a contract, you're wanting way too much money, Malcolm, to be a backup. So I'm going to part ways with Malcolm Subban. Thank you for your time. Fortunately, I wasn't able to move you out. Johansson, 60 overall offer. Okay, let's look at free agents. We definitely need to look at a goaltender and a couple defensemen to help out the Montreal Canadiens. And right off the bat, we can bring in Drew Doughty, who's 32 years of age. Philip Forsberg's also up there. Isaac. Well, let's start off big. Drew Doughty looking at 7 years, $7.95. That's going to even $9 million for him. I want someone cheaper. Stars. Ah, screw it. Jerry, we'll give you 1 year contract. 2.25. Well, see, we can once again land the biggest fish in free agency. Tristan Jarry accepts his offer to become our backup. And we blame Drew Doughty as we look to increase the defense on this team. And we still have about $3 million to play with in salary for this season. Follow, he is. Holland will probably not be re-signed at the end of this year. If I can move him out, I will. Yeah, follow. We'll probably look to move him. Still need a left. What do we have in the system? I can move up a left winger in the system. Oops. Wow, we got a couple right wingers we can move out and hopefully bring in a left winger back. As I'll try and move Tyler Ennis and Shosnikov and maybe Armia. Well, 5 defensemen only up right now. So let's quickly try to make a couple trades here to move out some right wingers for a couple left wingers as we look, and maybe possibly defense as we look to add to this team before we look back at free agency. Let's take a look at team trading blocks. See if anyone has what we're looking for out there. He's 31. 1 year left on his contract. I'll be right back. Folks. I just have to quickly go use the bathroom. And I am back For those of you just tuning in, once again in free agency, after once again missing playoffs, I was able to land the biggest fish and sign Drew Doughty to a 7-year contract. So he is in right now. I'm just going through. Barry and Eric Johnson are both available. 70, 84, 88. 91, 88. Good speed. Let's see if I can bring over Tyson Barrie. As we look on the right side where I have a lot of depth. There's only 1 year left, so yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's tempting, though. Right now I'm going through trading blocks looking for defensemen and hopefully a left winger or two. 5 for 3 years. I might move out the captain if need be to create some room in the cap. Looks like frick. First, is that enough? Proposed trade. Oops. That was Minnesota. Saban's salary came down from 9, still a 90 overall. Back home. I'll cap right now. we're definitely going into a win it now mode. We're going to try to do whatever we can to increase the defense on this team. Pick up a couple left wingers, move us some right guys because we're just overloaded on the right side now. And hopefully this deal works with us only getting Echo for half price. No. I'll add one more pick. I've got Columbus' second pick this year. This is most I'm doing. Okay, so there wasn't anything out there other than the one trade I did make. Let's look at making a couple more trades. Sorry, I'm trading block on proposed trade. So just give you a rough idea what I'm looking for. I think I'm good at the center position. As we have Connor McDavid, Nick Cousins, Bill Dignon, and follow once again centering the top four lines. Monarchs and Wilson, I definitely need to move our left winger over. I still Gettinger, who's an RFA. I'm probably not going to resign. I'm going to see if someone else decides to take a bid on him, see if I can get an asset back for nothing. I've got a lot of guys on the right side who I'm going to try to move out because I'm overpaying for right wingers. Joel Armia is going to be the next guy and try to flip for a winger of comparable value on the other side of the ice. It's got to be a decently cheap alternative. This might be a hard one to do. Exact same salary, one more year. Let's throw in an asset and keeping Gerard because he's developing well. Let's throw in Baker. And let's also throw in a pick. Almost a second. There. Still okay on centers, just on overall. I have 3 signed left wingers this year too, so you know, I'm gonna leave Mete up this year. This kid has bounced up and down with me between the AHL and the NHL. I'll give him a shot this year, and hopefully he can hit that mark with Van Riemsdyk. If not Van Riemsdyk, we moved out. As I should be okay with my top 4 defensemen now. I brought Jari in for 1 year. Hopefully I can extend McNevin. Cheaply to slide into the backup role behind my starter. And if we go to League, let's take a look at recent transactions. I forgot to check this at the deadline. If we get signings, Hurdle Patrice Bergeron signed with Chicago, Nylander, Torrey Krug. The big one is Drew Doughty with a 7-term deal to the Montreal Canadiens. So in the last 2 years, we have added the top 2 free agent defensemen in Shattenkirk, I believe. Yeah, no, Shattenkirk. Pietrangelo and Drew Doughty have been added to the team in the last 2 years. And we'll hope that that is enough to help this team return to the playoffs. If not, I'm going to have to look at trading Marner and McDavid for cap space next year. So I think I'm okay with the team as is. I'm going to advance to year 6. So they're offering us a defenseman. We have a trade. A defenseman for a... Let's take a look. $79. He might be able to jump in. No, I'm not going to take him. Look at his minuses. I can't risk that. So let me know that the RFA that I have, no one's been. Okay, I guess he re-signed with us. Take a look at what his contract is. Let's take a look at lines and we'll possibly see what we're doing with the captain. Okay, that's fine. Like I said, right now we're overloaded on right wingers, so we're definitely going to be playing some guys in the off position. Petronjo, Doughty, McDonough, Montour, Van Riesek, and Matt. Okay. We're going with Skinner and Jari in net. Hopefully this overloaded defense can help. His number. Oh man. And McCarron, I'm gonna change your number. I like the team unity of having guys pretty well. Looking at Shane Nork. It's a goalie number. Decent number. I know. It's more of a goalie number. Man, we have no cap space this year. So this is a make or break year for the Montreal Canadiens. Well, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but I just saw our team come out huge in the preseason. Going 6-1. The first 3 games they scored 20 goals and gave up 5. Lost 3-2 to Buffalo. Offense slowed down a little bit, 2-1, 4-1, and 1-0. But that is promising. Let's jump ahead to the end of October and take a look at the stats. It's a big win over Edmonton. We finished the month off 7-5. We opened the season with a 3-1 loss. Win 2-1, loss, win, loss. 3-game winning streak followed by 2 losses, and we are currently sitting on a 2-game winning streak going into the month of November. Connor McDavid leading the team in points with 14 points in 12 games. Let's see how well the rest of the team is doing. Mitch Marner following up Case with 10 points. Cousins with 10. Pietrangelo with 10. Doughty with 9. Shinkaruk with 7. You follow Von Rocks, the rookie, only has 5 goals this year. Not getting the assists, but that seems to be his trend. He's more of a goal scorer, it seems. Guns falling off a little bit. Mersh has played 1 game. He plays a Cash. Let's take a look at just the defense. Van Riemsdyk and the rookie have only combined for 1 point. Or Victor Mete, he's not really a rookie, but much better offensive production from the defense core so far this year. Skinner has played in all but 1 game so far, with Jari picking up the 1 game. He's got 219 goals against, average 9.8 save percentage. I can see why they're running with him. Hopefully they don't run him into the ground. Let's jump ahead to the next month. And we do sit in a playoff spot, 5 points back in our division. Right now, holding on to a wild card spot, 1 point back of third. Without Ovechkin, Washington Capitals only are 5-5 in 10 games. That was a huge retirement. I wonder if Crosby's going to retire anytime soon now. 3-game winning streak halted by the Calgary Flames. Rebound right back with another win. Holy crap, a 12-3 win. To 5-2. Wow. 8-7 shootout win. Followed up by a 6-2 loss. Then rebound with another 8-3 win. Wow. I don't know if you guys saw what I saw in that month, but we continued on our 2-game winning streak, extended to the 3rd win in the month of November. Picked up our first loss of the month, 3-2 to Calgary. Rebound with a 6-5 win over the Wild, a 5-3 win, and we shelled the Colorado Avalanche 12-3. Follow that up with an 8-2 win, a 5-2 win, an 8-7 shootout win. This team can score. It's just got to keep the puck out of the net. That is 6, 11, 23, 31, 36, 44 goals on that winning streak. Giving up 7, 9, 11, 14, 17, 22 goals. Lost 6-2 to Buffalo. Rebound with another 2-game winning streak. 8-3, 4-3. Losing 4-2. Picking up a 6-1 win. A 4-2 win to close out the month. We are 18-8. I wonder if we're sitting at the top of our division right now. And we are with 36 points. Buffalo trailing behind us. And the 36 points puts us in first place in the NHL. Connor McDavid has scored 20 goals, helped out on 21 others for 41 points in 26 games. This guy is just unbelievable. I'm glad I picked him up for Cary Price. Drew Doughty with 39 points. Mitch Marner with 35. Shinnock with 29, Cousins with 24, Case with 22, Pietrangelo with 18, Ennis with 17, McDonough with 17, Iafallo with 16. The rookie is 8-3, so he slowed down a little bit that month. Only popped in 3 goals, got 3 more assists. Well, he's not really a rookie, he's in his 3rd year now, but Philip Danault, Marish, Wilson, Karen, Isidore. The only weakness we have on defense is Van Riemsdyk with Mete. But I'm okay with them and that position because I wanted to develop Victor Mete. Hopefully he gets into the 80 mark and can be a contributing factor going forward. Let's move on as I enjoy my last burger. We are going to go through December, see if we can continue the momentum we have built. A 4-2 win, 3-2 win, a loss to Vancouver, another loss, overtime win, another win, three-win winning streak, 4-game winning streak. Two-game losing streak now. Let's rebound, close out the one strong with a win. We're over the Christmas break right now. So we're 26-13, 26-13 right now. Started the month off strong with a 2-game winning streak, followed by a 2-game losing streak. Picked up a 4-game winning streak, starting with an overtime win, 4-2, 4, 5-3, 6-2. Lost back-to-back games in Pennsylvania, first to the Flyers, then Pittsburgh. Rebound with a 4-2 win. Oh, sorry, against Pennsylvania. We were at home, then on the road in Pittsburgh. 4-2 win on the road, a 3-2 win on the road, but we lose to Winnipeg. Probably road fatigue setting in there. I'm happy with the direction of the team. Let's jump ahead to the end of January. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to make any changes to this lineup if things continue the way they are. Up with a 4-2 overtime win. 1-0 win. Oh, a loss. Another win. Another win, 2 wins. Another big win, 8-1 over Detroit. Another win. Let's pick up another one. Let's get another win over Detroit. Yes, we do. Come on, Winnipeg, we do. Another win. Wow, we are just racking up the W's this month. Another win. Did we lose a game? That much? We did. So we pick up just one loss in the month of January. Started the month off with a 1-4-3 overtime win. Pick up a 1-0 win over the Panthers. Lose 5-2 to Edmonton. 2-1 overtime win over Vegas. That starts our massive winning streak that closes out the month. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 straight wins as we close out the month of January. We are 37-14. There's no way we were not at least top of our division. Possibly first place overall still. Let's take a look at the game stats. As Connor McDavid still leads the team with 67 points, 33 goals, 34 assists. He's doing a little bit of everything right now for us. Let's just look at the forwards real quick. Connor McDavid and Mitch Marner, these two guys go back and forth on who's going to lead the team. 33 goals. Marner's a little bit more assists, 26 goals. We got Shinkaruk, who is a free agent or trade at least. He's got netted in 20. Nick Cousins put in 13. Ennis with 14. Von Arx with 15. And we have the trial. Peter Holland's only played one game this year. Like I said, I'm not re-signing him. He's been falling off consistently. Mersch is Michael Mersch, or who is it? I saw an injury. There it is. Scott Wilson right now is playing hurt. If we look at the defense, Morrow's played in 11 games. Victor Mete's -3. Van Riemsdyk, they are not bad, but look at this. Plus 27, plus 13, plus 32, plus 37. Our top 4 defensemen are keeping the puck out of the net, which is what I want. And if we flip over to goalies, we have Skinner. He has 31 wins, 10 losses on the year. The Jacob Jari is 6-4. He's come into 5 games for Skinner, probably in the losses. Skinner's got 915 average, 249. Jari is not the backup I wanted, but I only signed him to 1 year, as I'm looking to give McNevin another year to develop in the A, and he's doing decent. McNevin probably get re-signed and will be the backup going forward. I am seeing no reason to make any changes on this team as we move forward. I'm not going to even look at the block. We are sitting first in our division. First place overall. We are looking at a President's Trophy victory. Right now, if we can continue this, we will be returning to the Stanley Cup Finals with the great direction of this franchise. And let's just go to the deadline, just in case I do decide to make any last minute trades based on how January goes. We have a player being put on waivers. It's an 80 offensive, 80 defensive. He's 32 years of age. He's not going to get any better. We're going to decline that player. 10 wins in a row, and we lose then a 10-game winning streak, but rebound right away with another quick win. I really have to start writing down what I've scouted. Well, 5-4 loss. And we have Derek Shore looking to come to us for a second-round pick for Colorado's 4th. I want to take a look at what Shore is. The center, he's an 80 overall. 10 goals, 18 assists this year. He's in the last year of his contract. I don't want the 4th. See if they'll do it with the 3rd. No. I'll take the 4th. So bringing Devin Shore to just possibly help us out down the playoff stretch. Morrow just got sent down. He was our 7th defenseman. We have our first overtime loss. It gives us an odd number of points. Okay, so we're 47, 17, and 1. We extended our winning streak to 10 games, lost, rebounded with a win, pick up another loss. Taking an overtime loss, that's 2 losses in a row. That's our first overtime point this year on the negative. Followed up with a 2-game winning streak, lost 4-3, and we are once again on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-game winning streak. I'm not making any more changes to this team. Let's get past the trade deadline. And we lose 5-3 to close out the month. We are now in to March. I have a feeling we're still sitting at the top of the NHL. Definitely top of our division. With 95 points, there is no one who can touch us in our division. I think it's just a matter of time before we get that playoff clinch. And we're seeing 5 points up with the Philadelphia Flyers for the President's Trophy. Connor McDavid with 82 points, 42 goals, 40 assists. I'm curious to see if he is looking at his first Maurice Richard Trophy. Let's take a look. And right now he's just ahead of Steven Stamkos for the Maurice Richard. He's also a point ahead of Tyler Seguin for the Art Ross. But he's got 4 games in. They've got 3 and 4 games in hand, so that could change as McDavid gets some time off. So McDavid leading team with 82 points. Marner with 78. Shinkaruk with 58. Cousins, Ennis. I'm only seeing 1 negative on the offensive side, which is what you want to see. Let's take a look at the defense. Everyone's in a plus right now. That is good. McDonough is the only player who's suited up for every single game this year. I believe we played 66 at least. Let's just quickly take a look and see if Doughty's in contention for the Norse with his 68-point performance for the Montreal Canadiens. And he is right now leading the Norse. He's got a plus 37. How are we going for goalies right now? Skinner leads the league with 37 wins, 13 losses. 261. Ben Bishop has got better stats right now, so it could be a toss-up on the Vezina. Bishop probably going to get the Jennings this year at 36. So I think I've built a team that could possibly return to the Stanley Cup Finals. And like I said earlier, defense wins championships, and this team is built from the blue line back out. So we're built from the blue line out. The defense core is the heart and soul of this team right now. We opened up March with a 3-game winning streak, 4-game winning streak, ended by the Tampa Bay Lightning. We lose 2 in a row with the Buffalo Sabres picking up a win. Let's look at goalies out here. Best lines. 3-game losing streak. Rebound with a win. Can we get another win against Toronto? Yes, we do. Come on, let's beat Tampa. Make it. No, we're 2 in a row. 1-1. Can we close out with 2 wins? We do. Close out with 2 wins in a row. We have clinched the playoff spot with 111 points. There's no way a team that earns 111 points is not in the playoffs. We're 10 points up on Buffalo. We have also clinched the division. We are just rolling off Philly. We are tied with the Dallas Stars for the Presidents. Oh, I'm not worried if we win it or not. But we are returning to the playoffs. We have 4 games left to play. Hopefully we can pick up at least some momentum as we head into the playoffs and not lose the final 4 games of the season. McDavid with 99 points. He's going to hit the 100-point plateau for sure. A 2-1 win. 3-2 shootout loss. Another shootout loss. And we close out the regular season with a victory. So we kept points in all 4 games to close out the regular season with a win. Points in our last 6 games. Let's see if that is enough to take the Presidents, which was the only trophy I was looking at. And your Montreal Canadiens have won the President's Trophy. We'll be the #1 seed in the playoffs this season going through. Hopefully we can get out of the first round and break the curse of the President's Trophy. Hopefully we can take it home. Wow, 80 points was the worst points in our division. The Rangers fell apart, 52 points. San Jose Sharks with 49. They were dead last. Connor McDavid with 103 points breaks the 100-point plateau for the first time as a Montreal Canadien. Mitch Marner also breaks the 100-point plateau. So 2 players with over 100 points. Drew Doughty was 75. Skinner ends up with 42 wins. The backup Jari takes 15 wins. Not the greatest save percentage for the young kid. 266 goals against average. But he made the stops he needed to get 42 wins. Doughty comes in and just destroys with 19 goals. Montour with 13. So I am happy there. Victor Mete is the only regular defenseman who is a negative. He's a -5. He picked up 2 goals, 3 assists. He's an offensive defenseman. He needs to come into his own. Hopefully this season helped him as he's stuck with the NHL. Let's look at all skaters. I want to see if McDavid was able to hold off and win the Art Ross. No, Tyler Seguin takes home the Art Ross with 109 points. Looks like Connor McDavid is going to win his first Maurice Richard award, but just could not hold on and get enough points to win the Art Ross. 52 goals, 51 assists. What a year for Connor McDavid as he led the Montreal Canadiens back to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Now that's done, let's take a look at how the Montreal Canadiens do in the playoffs this year. Let's go back and look at forwards for 3 weeks. The NHL regular season's ended. So quickly before we get into the playoffs where we play the Pittsburgh Penguins, I just want to take a look and see how our AHL affiliate did. They did not make the playoffs. Xavier Girard led the team with 58 points in 82 games. That's what I want to see out of him. He's improving each year. And let's go game by game and see how the Montreal Canadiens stack up in the Stanley Cup Finals after a phenomenal year. And the momentum continues with a 3-2 victory in Game 1. No scoring in the first period. Second period, Hornqvist opens up the scoring. Mitch Marner responds, followed by Nick Cousins right away. In the third, to give us 2-1 lead, Pittsburgh ties it up, and Ryan McDonough gets the game winner on Murray. Your 3 stars of Game 1 of the playoffs are Ryan McDonough, Stuart Skinner, and Nick Cousins. Skinner with a .928 save percentage, not bad for the young goalie. Simulate the next game and we'll take a look. Someone's messaging, just an alert. And Montreal continues to roll, doubling up the Penguins in this game. 4-2, Tyler Anderson opens up the scoring on Matt Murray. Early in the first, we pick up 2 more from Pietrangelo and McDavid with his first of the playoffs to make it 3-0. Pittsburgh tries to make it 3-1. Marner puts the game away, and Malkin scores just to make it look competitive, as Skinner stopped 34 of 36 shots to give his team a 2-0 series lead as the series flips over to Pittsburgh. Connor McDavid with a goal and 2 assists. Stuart Skinner with a .944 save percentage in that game, and Mitchell Marner takes home the 3rd star. Best lines. Simulate. And the Montreal Canadiens have now taken the commanding 3-0 series lead as we pick up Game 3. We take home the first game. As we win the first game in Pittsburgh, I should say, Game 3. Malkin opens up the scoring in the first period. Second period, Phil Kessel makes it 2-0. So all of our goals coming in that third as McDavid scores, Marner scores to tie it up, and scores the eventual game winner Marner scores again, and McDavid puts in the empty netter to seal the deal, giving Montreal the 5-2 win. Stewart probably once again a star as he stopped 20 of 22 shots. Let's take a look. No, we didn't get a star. Mitch Marner with 2 goals, 1 assist. Connor McDavid, 2 goals, 1 assist. And Alex Pietrangelo with 3 assists in the third period to help the Montreal Canadiens get put in a commanding lead. We need to win 1 of the next 4 to advance to the second round of the playoffs. And we complete the sweep of the Pittsburgh Penguins. With a 4-1 victory, Marner opens up the scoring in the first period. Tyler Ennis scores the eventual game winner in the second. In the third period, we score Wilson and Kay score to seal the deal. And unfortunately, McShane ends the shutout bid for Skinner with 4:22 left in the period. As Skinner stopped 34 of 35 shots, Montreal only managed 32 shots. But we are on to the next round. The 3 stars of the game are Stuart Skinner, Andre Cassin, Alan McShane, getting a star for breaking the shutout bid. So after the first round with that, let's take a look at our team leaders to see who's doing what for the Montreal Canadiens in the playoffs with that commanding lead series win. Marner McDavid once again leading the way for the team. Andre Cass, Pietrangelo, Ennis, Cousins, Montador, Wagana. I am not seeing. Drew Doughty is hurt right now. So we won that series without Doughty. I got to take a look at injuries and see when he's coming back. We're only playing with 5 defensemen right now. Skinner with 942 save percentage, giving up 5 goals with a 175 goals against average in 4 games. As we advance on, I gotta definitely take a look at injuries and find out what happened to Drew Doughty. Broken leg returning mid-June. Outside. Looks like we lost Doughty for the playoffs. Let's see if we can win it. I'm going to leave the team as is. I'm not making any changes. I could call up another defenseman, but does not look like we need it. Let's take a look at the playoff tree. As right now, the Avalanche is looking to eliminate Phoenix or Arizona, however you want to call it. The Coyotes in 4. The Predators swept out the Canucks. We swept out the Penguins. Montreal, Ottawa is up 2-1. Philly sweeps out Columbus. And let's take a look and see how the rest of the playoffs stack up. Hopefully Doughty can actually get back and play a couple games in the playoffs if we can make it to him. Considering we're only in April and he's out until June. So we're just going to simulate day by day until the next round of the playoffs starts. And it looks like we're going to be playing the Ottawa Senators in the second round of an all-Canadian matchup in the playoffs. And like I said, I've not seen anything about Drew Doughty being able to come back for us right now. It is Philadelphia, New Jersey, Ottawa, Montreal. Over in the West is Edmonton, Nashville, Dallas, and St. Louis. Let's get into the second round of the playoffs. And we continue to win. That's 5 playoff wins in a row as we take the 1-0 lead with an overtime victory. Connor McDavid opens up the scoring in the first. No scoring in the second. Connor McDavid makes it 2-0. We blow the 2-0 lead with Gonchar and Stone scoring. And in overtime, Mitch Marner picks up the win. We are up 1-0 in the series. Connor McDavid, obviously a star. Let's take a look at the other two. So Connor McDavid with 2 goals, 1 assist. Mitch Marner with 1 goal, 2 assists. Stuart Skinner with a .947 save percentage, stopping 34 of 36 shots. He's got a 175 goals against average in that game because of the overtime play. Let's go to game number 2. And we continue to roll, making it 6 wins in a row to start off the Stanley Cup playoffs. We take a 3-1 win over Ottawa. Mitch Marner opens up the scoring in the first. Ottawa ties up off the strength of a Duchesne goal this early in the second. Tyler Ennis gets the eventual game winner late in the second. In the third period, Marche gets the empty netter to seal the deal. We are up 2-1. Stewart stopping 40 of 41 shots. He is definitely going to be the first star of this game. Yes, Stuart Skinner, first star of the game with a .975 save percentage. Tyler Ennis and Michael Marsh getting the game winner and sealing the deal. And the empty netter. We're going into Ottawa with a 2-0 series lead. Can we go 3-0 and put all the pressure on the Ottawa Senators? And we've lost another player to injury. That's okay. Let's simulate to the next game. It is now 7 wins in a row. A shutout for Stewart. Shutout for Skinner, I mean. Oops, goals, that's what I was looking for. No scoring in the first. McDavid and Marner combined for 2 goals in the second period. In the third period, Marner scores 1 more to put the emphasis on it. We have now taken the commanding 3-0 lead. We have won 7 games in a row, 8 going back to the regular season, if I'm correct. And we are going to look at the 3 stars of this game. McDavid, Marner, and Stewart should probably take all 3 spots, just not sure the order. So Stuart Skinner with the first star with 31 saves. Mitch Marner, 2 goals, 1 assist. Connor McDavid, 1 goal, 2 assists. These 2 guys have amazing chemistry together. I am so glad I have them both on the team. Let's see if they can lead the team to a second sweep. Our scout needs us. Send him to the SHL, looking at defensemen for 3 weeks. Before we get into the next game, like I said, Drew Doughty's still out. He's missing out on the playoffs. I would love to see him at least come back for the finals if we make it that far. Let's play the next game and see if we get our second sweep in a row. And we do not get the sweep as Ottawa comes roaring back with a 6-1 win on home ice. Matt Duchene opens up the scoring in the first. And I'm thinking our goaltender might be hurt. Because in the second period, all the goals are against Cary. It's not good if he's hurt. 3 stars in this game are all going to be Ottawa Senators. As Giles gets a 3rd star. Shenshin takes a 2nd. Hagno takes a 1st star, 2nd star, yeah. And a 6-1 win, definitely the other team is going to take the star. Okay, he didn't get hurt, so that's a good thing. I don't know why he was pulled in 2nd. Or he's not hurt long term, that's a good thing, so. Let's go back to Montreal, see if we can close out this series in 5. And we close out the series in 5 with a 4-3 victory. Ennis opens the scoring. Cousins makes it 2-0. Hoffman makes it 2-1. Pietrangelo makes it 3-1. Gonchar makes it 3-2. In the 3rd period, Shore gets the eventual game winner, make it 4-2. Gonchar with his 2nd of the game, I believe. Yeah, 2nd of the game to make it 4-3, and we are able to advance to the conference finals. Our goaltender saw 39 of 42 shots. Let's take a look at the 3 stars in game number 5. So Sergei Gonchar takes the 1st star with 2 goals. Nick Cousins with the 2nd star with a goal and assist. Tyler Irons with the goal and assist takes the 3rd star of the game. And we advance to the conference finals, where right now it's looking like we're going to be playing New Jersey. Injured with a bruised arm. So you saw we lost McDonough as well with a bruised arm, but he should be back at some point in the next round. Let's go day by day and see who we play for the conference finals. So we're 8-1 in the playoffs so far. And we're going to be playing the New Jersey Devils in the 2nd round. Let's take a look at the playoff tree and how things stack up as we look to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals. It is the Dallas Stars against the Edmonton Oilers. That would be the storyline of the playoffs if we were to go on and face our old goaltender. Mitch Marner leading the team with 15 points, 9 goals in 9 games. He's scoring basically at a goal per game pace. Connor McDavid just a point behind Pietrangelo up there. Ennis, Case, Cousins, Montour, Mercier, Wilson, Shore, McDonough, Shinrock, Monrocks. Yeah, decent. We still only played 5 defensemen this playoff. These playoffs so far. I would love to see Doughty come back sooner than later, but that broken leg is probably going to keep him out. Let's get to the conference finals and see how we do. Game 1 of the conference finals. Sees us lose for the first, go down 1-0 to the New Jersey Devils. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Devils open up the scoring with Kavusari on Skinner in the first. Taylor Hall makes it 2-0. McDavid makes it 3-1. Eberle scores the eventual game winner. Marner puts in his 10th in 10 games, but just not enough. Let's see who the 3 stars are and if we can rebound. Jordan Eberle, Mitch Marner, and Connor McDavid taking home the 3 stars. Simulate. And we rebound with a 3-0 shutout to tie up the series. We still hold on to home ice advantage. We have to take game 3 to maintain that. Second period saw Case and Wilson score. Case with the eventual game winner. And in the third period, Phil Daniel scores the insurance goal as we shut out the New Jersey Devils. The 3 stars of game number 2 are Stuart Skinner, Phil Daniel, and Andre Case. As we are now going to New Jersey, tied 1-1 in the series. Oh, Marner stopped his goal per game average in that last game. And New Jersey rebounds with a 3-2 victory. Eberle opens up the scoring in the first period. Von Arx ties it up in the second. In the third period, Case gives us the lead. Bratt scores to tie it up. And late in the first, Trocheck scores on Skinner to give the Devils a 3-2 win. The 3 stars in Game 3 are Peter Mrazek, Damon Severson, and Vincent Trocheck. Canadiens don't even register on the 3 stars. And Marner's now gone 2 games without a goal. Let's see if he can rebound. Or do the Devils have Mitch Marner's number? Oops. Wrong thing. And once again, the Montreal Canadiens rebound after a disappointing loss. It is now best of 3 series. Dave Shore scores on Rising, gives the 1-0 lead. In the second period, Von Ark scores. Taylor Hall scores to make it 2-1. Case scores to make it 3-1. That is all your scoring throughout the game. Let's advance and take a look at the 3 stars. Stuart Skinner, J.C. Von Arx, and Devin Shore with the 3 stars. As we advance and return to Montreal, series all tied up at 2. Let's see if we can win 2 of the next 3. Hopefully the next 2 to advance to the Stanley Cup Finals, where it looks like we are going to be playing the Dallas Stars. And we have one more injury to report. Let's play this game. Simulate. See if we can win 2 in a row for the first time in this series. No, we get shut out at home. Trochet and Everly opened the scoring in the first. They had one more from Theodore in the second. No scoring in the third as the Devils take the 3-2 series lead. Mrazek, Everly, and Trocek taking on the 3 stars. Mrazek with a shutout. Let's go to New Jersey, see if we make it to the finals. Hopefully we get a couple of our injured players back before that game. Donna and Dowdy are still hurt. Oh, is still hurt. I have to do some roster moves here. What do I have in cap space? 1.4. So I got to select Ruger. NHL. So I'm going to risk losing McCarn and Holland as I call up Morrow and Kapla because I only have 4 defensemen dressed right now. Hopefully having some actual defensemen playing defense will help this team out. As we look to win the last 2 games in this series. And we are out in 6 games with the Devils winning the last 2. We fall short of returning to the Stanley Cup Finals. The big thing that hurt us was having two of our top four defensemen injured in the series. As Taylor Hall opened the scoring on Skinner, second period they make it 2-0. Von Arst makes it 2-1, 3-1, and we get one more in the third from Ennis. They seem to shut down Marner and McDavid in that series as it went on. I'm okay with that. We did win the President's Trophy. Taylor Hall, Jordan Eberle, Nathan Bastian with the 3 stars. Not in that order. But we are going to continue. And we'll see you at the draft. We'll see who the Devils play for the Stanley Cup Final and the award winners before we get into the draft. So the Dallas Stars, I think, have repeated as Stanley Cup champions. The Bakersfield Condors win the Calder Trophy. Once this gets to $94.63 million, the minimum cap goes up. The maximum rookie stays the same. And Drew Doughty finally recovers from an injury just in time for the offseason. Washington with the first pick overall. Calgary. Since we're in the playoffs, we did not qualify. I don't even think we have any first round picks this year because we went for bigger players. Simulate up to this day. Let's take a look at the players who have called it a career in the NHL. Once again, nobody retires from the Montreal Canadiens. That seems to be trying because we keep the team fairly young. Joe Thornton calling it a career, still with the San Jose Sharks. Patrice Bergeron ending his career in Chicago. Corey Perry with the Ducks. Joe Pavelski ended up calling it a career as he was a Buffalo Sabre. Justin Williams, Thomas Vanek, Stastny, Krychek, Keith, Letang, Ladd, Shea Weber. Glad we got rid of him. He's finally retiring at 37. Keith Yandel, Foligno, Bozak, Berglund, Grabner, Lino Strahl, Tulsi. Nobody really big left. Bunch of free agents who never really were going anywhere. Let's take a look at the retired goalies, if any. Brian Elliott calling it a career out of Philadelphia. Yaroslav Halak retiring in Philadelphia as well. Corey Schneider, who was on the free agency, retiring. Andre Pavlak retiring. Thomas Greiss. Anders Lindback. Justin Peters. Bachman, Barrett, Nilstrop, Popper, and Ryanus. None of those guys made the NHL, really. We are at the entry draft. I just have to quickly check one thing. I've got comments on this thing. let's get into the NHL entry draft. Let's take a look at what we're going to possibly move out this year. And let's see what we have for cap space under when we look at our contracts for next season. We only have $5 million in contract. The only player I really want to re-sign is we have $9 million. Yeah, whatever, Andrew. $4.7 million. Let's go 4 years. Let's go 2 years, 4.7. David Shore. What are you looking at for an extension? You're looking at over 3. Jari. What are you looking at? 2. And let's go back. And let's head into the entry draft. Edit trading block. Oh, man. As you see, our top 4 guys are by far the highest paid players on the team. Ryan McDonough is 34, $6 million. How has he trended? He stayed roughly the same over his career, in the 30-ish point range mark. Maybe I'll give him 1 more year. He scored a 30 in the regular season. Did not score in the playoffs. I'll give him 1 more year. Could have just been an anomaly. Nick Cousins. I like his contract. Montour. World career. 13 goals. He improved. 8 assists in the playoffs. He's okay. He'll stick around for 1 more year. The rookie just signed a 2-year extension. Popped in 4 goals. Matched his career high. He's only missed 3 games in his career so far. Decent playoff stats. He's going to be sticking around. So there's not much I'm going to make changes. Maybe a couple of third and fourth liners. Maybe out on their way out. How did you do that? I follow. He improved on his plus minus. He's still only registering 10 goals. He was hurt a lot last year. Only played 8 games, no points in the playoffs. You are going to be a guy we're putting up on the block. Yeah, let's look at the top 4. I'm definitely not moving the top 2. Van Riemsdyk. 3 goals, 8 assists, +9 rating. Nothing in the playoffs. Mete. 2 goals, 3 assists. Picked up an assist in the playoffs. I'll give him 1 more year at least. See if he develops. I like his contract. He's cheap. Morrow is also right there. He's been an up and down guy. He just doesn't seem to stick with the NHL. Full time, but his contract's manageable. So let's put Van Riemsdyk up and see if anyone bites on him at the draft. Once again, we are just looking at first and second round picks. And we got to trade for first, third rounder this year, for second round next year for follow. It's going to take $2.5 million off our cap. We are going to accept this trade. And we got Davies coming out for our second round pick this year for Davies and a fourth rounder this year. Let's make that trade as well. And we are now into the second round with our first pick of the entry draft. Well, we got a high elite goaltender. We cannot pass that up. He's at 58 overall to start, but he's got lots of potential. Make a pick. So we only pick up 5 players in the draft this year. Strompanopolis. I took him based on the name, but he does have decent potential. Our top pick, Cloutier, has an elite potential goaltender. That could help us in the long run, as we are just stopgapping our backup right now, so I'm happy with Skinner. Let's sim to the re-sign phase. And Jari accepts our offer. Von Arx accepts our offer. Let's take a look at what we have now for cap space as we look to re-sign some of these players. And he's unsigned. Dave Shore, we are going to just, what did you do last year for us? Let's see if you warrant re-signing, especially when we only have $5 million left in the cap. Only 40 points, 17 goals, 2 goals, 2 assists in the playoffs. I'm not happy with the amount of money you're asking for. We'll send you to free agency. Wilson, let's take a look at you. View profile. 13 and 13 in the NHL. 2 goals, 3 assists in the playoffs. You're looking at $2.2 million. There's Shea. Marsh. $9 and 13 minus 1. Yeah, you're gonna be another guy we are gonna part ways with. McDavid, qualify restricted free agent. Holland, thank you for your time. Sutter, I'm hoping he will pop up to over 80. So one guy rejected his deal. We'll probably be prompted to possibly resign him, depending on what he is. Frederick Carlson. Dahlstrom. Well, let's take a look at free agency, and then I'll decide if I'm getting it done for the day. Leave it to this day. Also accepted his offer. Let's leave it as is for now. Let's look at who are out there for free agents this season. Patrick Kane, Jonathan Drouin, UC 33 years old. Barry's 31. Let's see if I can make some cap space and go after Barry in the off season. Should I need cap space? Let's see contracts. What are you looking at for an extension next year? In 4 years. So Jari is going to get moved out right now. So Gerard is going to be making his NHL debut this season at 21. Okay, that. There's one. Definitely need to look at left wingers still. No wonder they're going. Look at that. Morrissey, Trouba, Ellis. So he's elite. That's too much for a guy as long as last year. No. No. Frees up a little bit to go after a left winger. Gives us 8.125 million. Let's gonna make it 6. Let's go 5. Just to be safe. Decline. I just open up cap space. I'm not bringing on cap. Shostakov rejected his offer. Gerard accepted his. Pomo accepted his. McNevin accepted. Shinkaruk rejected his offer. We're having cap space for next year. So you guys aren't wanting to extend right now after going to the conference finals, but they still have them for one more year. They'll probably be guys who look to trade if they can't re-sign them by the trade deadline. I think I'm set for next year. I didn't have to make many changes to this team. Let's go to next season. Decline. Gained a lot of decent trade offers, but nothing I'm interested in. History really wants Gerard. I just want to load get Nutsol. Xavier Gerard, welcome to the team. This year you are going to wear number 15. Gettinger, welcome to the team. This year you're going to wear number 20. Oh, Morrow got moved down. Morrow moved in. Actually, Morrow, you can wear number 55. Suter, welcome to the team. You're going to be number 21. Pauluso, welcome to team. I'm taking that 90 off you, give you number 6. So everyone playing their proper position, which I like. Xavier Gerard moved into an 80, so he should be okay on the third line. Let's try him out there. Let's take a look at the defense. Morrow's the only guy who's not 80 to start the year. And let's look at roster moves now. We're just going to go 4 centers to start. We've got 5 left wingers up. Here are two-way Gettinger. Let's send you down. Let's send Karen down. Let's bring Mete up. And Karlstrom up. Saves us about $500,000 in cap space. Maybe a little bit more. We still need one more player up. Let's move up Erickson. Let's take a look at the preseason. Oh, she closed the preseason with a huge loss to Buffalo. 5-2 overall. Boston 5-2 overall. Let's see how we do in the month of October. So a 4-8-1 start to the month of October. This team seems to make the playoffs and then just not build on any momentum. Mitch Marner leading the team with 4 goals, 11 assists. Let's take a look at how we do in month number 2 as we have a rematch from the conference finals to start off the month of November. So a huge turnaround month as we are now 13-11-1. We started the month off with a 4-game winning streak, lost to San Jose, rebounded with a 5-0 win, lost to Columbus, rebounded 3-game winning streak, closed out the month with a loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning. So 13-11-1. Price still has us just outside of a playoff spot, looking in 2 points back. Let's take a look. As Connor McDavid has resumed the team lead in points. McDavid with 34. Marner with 32. For 29. Shinkaruk with 27. Sutter up there. 10. Hayes. Von Arx, he struggles in the early start of the year. I think we might be moving him out sooner than later with a -13. He is struggling this year. His first year on his big money contract. McDonough and his partner are struggling. And let's see if we can move Von Arx out. We'll give him one more month. If he doesn't rebound, if he's still minus, we're just going to move him out. He's not playing worth the money. Give him till the end of December, and then we'll make our decision on Von Arx. Maybe he lost confidence because he didn't do much in the playoffs. I don't know. And Skinner just went down with an injury. And he's back already, so that's good. Only missed a game. Mitch Marner just went down with a concussion. Only mild, thankfully. And Von Arx just got hurt. They want to ship us Michael Del Zotto for a pair of picks. I am not going to accept that. Del Zotto's an aging defenseman. Turn to the league. Let's look at those defensemen for 3 weeks. So we've improved to 22-13-3 on the year. We are sitting in second place, 5 points back of the Florida Panthers. We have a game in hand. Once again, McDavid still leading the team in points. Played in all 38 games, it looks like. Let's see, that's a common number. Yeah. Mitch Marner missed 1. This kid, Hunter Shinkaruk, I gotta re-sign him. Von Arx, you're just not doing it this year. You are going to be traded. Big money is probably gotten to this third liner's head. He's just not producing anymore. He's got 2 years on his deal. He's an 84 overall. I hate to see him go. Boston seems to be interested in him. Do they have anything worthwhile coming back? I can. He's only in the last year of his deal. Anderson. I'll look at you in a minute. See if there's anything else out there worthwhile. Max Domi Bailey. Nothing really. Is he still in Carolina? 6.6. This one's 669 now. I like that Sebastian when I actually play the game, he's a phenomenal speedy winger. If you ever just play the games. Oh, his deal. And they're loaded on the left side. Fuck, going too far back out. Chunk. He's not sure his contract though. I don't want to go too far down when it comes to a player rating. And I don't want to add cap if I can avoid it. Alright. One more second. If this doesn't go through, then I'm not going to get this player. So Len Darling flat up trade for Von Rocks. Darling's in the last year of his contract, we're going to move him up as we're going to offer him an extension. This committed 6.25 for next year. Let's go roster moves. Let's bring Darling up to the NHL where he should have been. Let's take a look at the lineups after moving away from that guy. Best lines. Darling, there we go. He's up there. Left wingers all playing left. Right wingers all playing right. Centers all playing center. We are good. Let's look at the defense. Moral policing on the door. Yeah. This guy might be the next guy out if he doesn't retire. Hopefully I can get assets for him. And let's go to the end of January. I'm going to do one more playoff, then I'm going to take a break. Maybe catch a nap because I do have to work tonight. And Shinkaruk accepted his extension. Darling accepted his extension. So that is good. I got those guys locked in. It's our off week, it looks like. Yeah. Or is it the All-Star week? I wish they put the All-Star game back in the game. I'm declining. I do not want the Han. I dealt him away. I'm not adding cap to this team. What? Decline. I'm not getting rid of Gerard. I have to edit the trading block because Gerard is on there and I like him. Don't know why my assistant coach keeps trying to get rid of him. I'm sitting in a playoff spot, third place overall in the division. McDavid with 73 points. Gerard says in his last year's contract, have I signed him an extension yet? No. I have for contract extensions left. $2.2 million in cap space. For canceling, you put Shoshnikov on the block. Then last year's contract. See if I can get something in return for him. I did offer him a couple of contract offers. He declined. Position. And let's see how we do going to the trade deadline. So I'm a bit tired. Oh, sleep year. Decline. We're not getting rid of Cloutier. Even if it's for our first round pick. Nice little streak in there. I'm going to try to move Shostakov at the deadline and see if I can get at least an asset back in return, because I'm not going to re-sign him. So we are at the trade deadline now. Last possible day to make a trade for the Montreal Canadiens. McDavid with 90 points with 19 games remaining. He might once again break the 100-point plateau. We are 79 points. We're trailing the Florida Panthers. Let's see if we can... Jessica, 30-year-old, has 11 goals, 11 assists, -8 this year. Not a whole lot of value to him. Let's also look at draft picks. Maybe we go a low pick with them. 7th. Let's see if we can get at least a 2nd or 3rd round pick in return. 150 skaters, okay. Oh, screw off, damn. Goodbye, Shosnikov. As I've moved you out. Best of luck with Tampa, see if they can re-sign you. And let's move on and see if we can once again make the Stanley Cup playoffs. Lost 2 games in a row without Pietrangelo in the lineup. Returns, we lose in the shootout. Don't want to get a shootout win. Yeah, I'm definitely going to move around. He's been hurt like 3 or 4 times this year. Well, Laval is don't even make the playoffs. I guess they're out. '31. I don't think we're making the playoffs, but let's just skip ahead the last 4 games. So 44, 32, and 6. We are once again outside of the playoffs looking in, but only 2 points back. So when we miss the playoffs, we are right in the hunt, it seems. Connor McDavid with 118 points on the year. Let's see how he did. I forgot to check the award winners from last year. Dallas, Montreal, Dallas, New Jersey. Player awards. Seguin with your Ross, the Hart. Gots to be here. Seguin with a bang. Kanabe with a Calder. Conn Smythe with the Klinberg. Bishop with the Vezina. Jennings with Price with the Jennings. Dumoulin, McDavid with the Frank J. Selk. That's been his award, and he also wins the Maurice Richard last year. Let's see if he had enough points to win the Hart Memorial. Once again, he and Mitch Marner break the 100-point plateau. Yeah, McDonough had 15 points. His career with us is over after this year. I can spend that $6 million on a younger defenseman, I think. And all skaters. So Connor McDavid with by 1 point winning the Art Ross. He four goals back of Stamkos and Grossman, who are going to be sharing the Maurice Richard Award this year. So he has to be here. Doughty was my top point producer on the team. Let's take a look at goalies and defense first. So Pietrangelo and Doughty both with 50-plus points. Latour and McDonough fell off large. If he doesn't retire, I'm going to be moving him out. Victor Mete only played 11 games this year. That's going to hurt his development. Skinner with 38 wins, 24 losses. McNevin was 6-9-1 behind him. Didn't have a good save percentage, 308. I'll give him one more year, and then I might look at another goaltender. I'm happy with my starter. Oh, let's see who wins this Stanley Cup this year. So neither the Canadiens or the Laval Rocket making the playoffs this year. And the Jets win the Cup for the second time. And the Toronto Marlies have won the Calder 96.615. Rookie, the minimum goes up $250,000. Let's see who retired this year in the NHL as we head into the draft. So it looks like 45 wins is the marker. We're drafting 15th again. Dalton Smith is the first player to call it a career with the Montreal Canadiens. He spent the last couple of years down in the AHL. Actually spent his entire career down there. Guess by the time he was 31, he decided he didn't want to play down there anymore. Decent enough career. Any goalies? To be safe. No. Let's go to all skaters. He doesn't show goalies. Ryan Getzlaf calling it a career, finishing up with San Jose. Claude Giroux calling it a career. Louis Eriksson. Brian Little retiring after winning his second Stanley Cup. Sam Gagner retiring. The real deal. James Neal retiring. Bobby Ryan calling it a career. David Perron. TJ Oshie. Brashear Radulov. Matthew Perreault. Another Jet retiring after winning his second Cup. Stewart. And Sean Matthias. Winnipeg losing 3 players after winning the Cup. Those guys all going out on top. And a bunch of no-namers. Let's go to goalies and see who retires. Jonathan Quick calling a career, winding it down with the Philadelphia Flyers. Michael Neuwirth retiring off the free agency. Jonathan Quick retiring just shy of 400 career wins. Carter Hutton retiring as an LA King. Eddie Lack calling it a career. Stalock calling it a career. Jeremy Smith. Tom McCollum. And Joachim Eriksson calling it a career. So we're going to put Ryan McDonough up on the trading block, see if we can pick up a draft pick or two for him as we head into the draft. Edit trading. Edit. So we're looking to move out the captain. How did you do, Cousins? 11 goals, 37 assists. He fell off a little bit in goal production. Still picked up the same number of assists, so he's okay. For at least one more year. He's only 30. Montour, he was done it. His partner, he's 30 years young. Dropped off a little bit as well. I'll keep him around. Xavier Girard. 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points playing 68 games. Not the greatest, but not too bad for a first-line player. And I gave him an extension as well. So once. Are just first and second round picks. Actually, let's also add in Evan. And 66. He jumped up a bit. I'll try with Karen. And we are at the NHL entry draft. We are going to just click sim to our pick, see if we get any offers on McDonough. And Tampa Bay Lightning are offering us a third. They want our third and for a second next year. Let's just add and see when we make that a second this year. And they're okay with switching up the picks for this year. Another elite goaltender. Two elite goaltenders. His awareness isn't the greatest. Ooh, that could be. He could be a steal. Let's try. 63. Same options. Same to user pick. And the Winnipeg Jets are coming at us with a first-round pick next year for a fifth, and Ryan McDonough this year. I'm going to quickly see if I can just make a small edit to this trade. And possibly get a third as well this year. I want the first this year. And the third. And they accept it. So now we were picking our second pick in the first round. Lindsay will make that pick. We just picked, wow, an 81 overall center. 82. This is a good draft year. Drop off, drop off, drop off, drop off, drop off. Our guy was a 77 defenseman. He might be able to make the team in the first year. That's all. Just making my final pick in the draft. Yeah, that was my final pick. So we picked 2 first rounders, McKinley and Lindsay, Hilbert in the second, Zadorov in the second, Thorne in the second, Soray in the third, Crab in the fourth, Bloom in the fifth, and Racine in the sixth, I believe. Let's just quickly go and take a look at the transactions through the draft day. So the first trade at the draft was us sending Michael McCarron and a third round pick to Tampa Bay for a second. So he gave up an asset and a pick and moved up in the draft. Chicago acquired a second round pick for a forward. Winnipeg acquired Ryan McDonough and a fifth for a first and third in the draft. Vegas acquired a first-round pick for Jared McIsaac. Washington acquired a first and a third for Andrei Burakovsky. Ivan Barbashev to Carolina for a couple of picks. Derek Stepan to Winnipeg, Vancouver for a first and a prospect. So we now have about 7 million roughly, if I had to guess, to play with in free agency as we look to replace Ryan McDonough on defense. And we're going to sign Lindsay as a 77 defenseman. And we're okay with losing anyone else. Because I don't have some rookies that are going to be up for contract renewals. What time is it right now? It is 9:30. I have to do some laundry and get some sleep before I have to go to work. Charlie Shelley. Gettinger. Contract. No. Bottom 6. Offer. Well, 4 years out of you at least. 2.75. That's the size I'm going. What's that offer? Weaker offer. Kapla. For Shelley. Offer. Offer. Carlson. Offer. Lindbergh. Bystrom. Clark. For So we'll see how those guys all lined up. for me. Here accepted. Capital accepted. 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 Carlson rejected his offer. I'll offer him one more contract. If he rejects that, then I will release him. It's only got 2 years. And he accepts it at 2 years. He just didn't want to sign the 3-year deal, so that's no problem. Let's skip ahead to free agency. July 1st, Canada Day. Canada's double holiday. Nope. 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 Doubt he fell off to an 89. But that's okay. Let's look at what the free agency is. So I'm only targeting one guy in free agency right now. I want to see if I can get him. And if not, I'll look at defensemen. Jeff Short's rejected my offer, as he's decided to sign with another team. Now let's look at defense, is what I think I need help with the most. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, those guys there. Would have been nice to increase the left side strength. Definitely have to increase the right side strength. And hopefully we can pick up a partner to strengthen Mete as Montour if he's hopefully not re-signing for much more than what he's making now. Yeah, so you know, Izek, he's injury prone. As he was for me. Polka, 82 on the Harmonic, 81, 85, 82, 88. Better defensive awareness. That's hopefully them. And let's take a look at free agency. See if we get either one of those two guys we just targeted. Bertman accepts and Sanheim accepts. That leaves us with how much in free? How much now? Just over $2 million. What we have for extension money for next year. $13 million. We got McDavid coming up on his contract a year and 2 years, so that'll be an interesting one. So we have $38 million to try to re-sign him. And I think I'm happy with what we have. Let us take a look at start of next season and see our lineups shake out. Before I forget yet again, let's take a look at the awards winners this season. Winnipeg Jets, as you can see, won their Stanley Cup. Dallas did win back-to-back cups. Pittsburgh Penguins won the Presidents. The Jets have won Clarence 3 out of 5 years. The Islanders won up against them in the Whales. Connor McDavid with the Art Ross. Connor McDavid with the Hart Memorial. Got Severe with his back-to-back James Norris wins. Kucherov with the Bing. Kovacic with the Rookie of the Year. Constantly with the Halibut. His second win there. Demko with the Vezina. Price with the Jennings again. Pullman with the Masterson. Frank J. Selk going to Connor McDavid, who is that's his award, it seems. Ted Lindsay and Stamkos Grossman sharing the Maurice Richard. Let's now sit into next season and see how our team looks. Montour signed his extension, so that's good. Getting him a little bit cheaper as he's on the decline. I do have to throw in laundry in a few minutes. So I'll definitely at least set up the next season. And maybe I'll be back to stream one more before calling it a day. We will see how I feel. There's the drink. Simulating. I wish less as it was simulating would let you know as things are going, like the dates. And let's take a look at the lineups going into year 7 or 8 now. I've almost lost count. Shattuck, Marner, Cass, Cousins, Paul, Darling, Daniel Hartman, Sutter, Xavier, and Gettinger. Goalies are still Skinner and McDavid. I can move him out, give him one more year. Hopefully he improves. If not, he's definitely on his way out. Our starting six are Doughty, Pietrangelo, Montour, and Paluzzo, Zanheim, and Victor Mete. Set captains. We do need a new captain for the team. I'll allow it. Connor McDavid, you are the captain of the... Or not Connor, what's his name? There, he's the captain. That sounds Mete. Pietrangelo is the captain of the Montreal Canadiens. Hartman, you're going to wear number 14 just because it looks better. Done, and I shall be back soon, folks.